Hello, and welcome back to Baki Taki Season 6, Episode 3.
The Invincible Samurai.
No.
I
Is
didn't
that
know if
it?
you were gonna say.
Is
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
Isn't that what the season's
No,
called?
oh, that's what the season's called. This is called the Countenance of Musashi.
I'm sure it's
Sorry,
pronounced countenance. The
is it a
countenance
countenance?
can.
Did I say countenance?
Am I gonna be in the wrong here? Well, we'll let editor Steve play a clip of somebody on YouTube pronouncing countenance.
Countenance.
But in the meantime, that voice that you hear is our first ever guest and several other guests in between. It's Jack.
Hello. I'm multiple guests, and I'm only multiplying further.
I'm just gonna let that sink in.
I contain multitudes, Steve, and unfortunately, the multitudes are just indiscreet Baki episodes. Yeah, unfortunately, it's all me.
Oh my gosh! Welcome back to the show, Jack. It's been a while.
I did not realize that this show was coming back. I was saying to you before, I did not realize until I think like 3 days ago.
I definitely would have loved if this came back in the summer. I'm just coming off of a 4-month anime awards process that's been quite grueling, and I was just talking to my wife about how nice it'll be to take a break. And then the week that it calmed down, Baki Do came out, and so I'm back into the mines. But I am glad it's back.
Your third child came back home. Now it's
It is too bad. We're not really planning any more kids right now. But I did have a great running joke for both pregnancies that our child would be named Baki Jr. Baki Jr. or Johnny
still
Jr.
time.
after our dog.
I think there's still time for both.
Yeah,
there's still time for both.
I guess. I think 4 months is a bit late to change the name, but we'll see.
Nobody's gotten too attached to it yet.
I've got 2 questions for you. First off, what have you been up to since the hiatus? What have you been up to in the last 2 years?
Oh man, the exact same thing I was doing prior. I've just been in school and working for the most part. I've gotten really into basketball, and now begrudgingly I'm watching more hockey too.
To be clear, he's not playing basketball.
God no. I don't think I could dribble to save my life. It'd be hilarious to see Steve and I on a basketball court. He would probably dunk on me.
I'd look like Jack Hanma.
And I would look like
Tokugawa.
What's the short guy with all them? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I will say, I think you're selling it short. 2 years ago, you were still in the beginning of your program, and now you're just about done, right? Like, this is your final semester.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
So you're almost
assuming
done.
I don't flunk out. Yeah. So we're almost there.
And then the second question, which I always ask, what did you think about Baki coming into this episode? What were your impressions?
I hadn't thought about it for a while. Prior to Monday, I hadn't. Well, you know what? Prior to Monday, I had only thought about Baki in the context of the Baki Talkie Discord that occasionally gets a new person popping up every now and again. That's the only thing I've thought about Baki. And then when I came back, I was like, I wonder how crazy it's going to be. And then it started, and I thought, this is ridiculous. This is more ridiculous than last time, I think.
Yeah, it's tough to judge which is crazier from season to season. You did get a great episode to jump into.
My God, yeah.
So let's start with that. So this season is, of course, about the Invincible Samurai, who hasn't really done much in the first 2 episodes. We ended last episode with him. They made the Buddha, but they didn't give him a soul.
You made the Buddha and left out its soul.
So this episode starts. First, where did you think they were?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I did think they were in a lab of some sorts. But very quickly I was like, why? Like, what's up with the woman in the lab? And like, she was a whole. And then they were talking about
2026. You're allowed to have women in labs.
Bleep it. I can't be canceled on Discord again, or on a podcast again. But quickly they start talking about spirits, so I was kind of confused. And then they have a whole diatribe about, this is a fine, scientific establishment, and I will not have this, sort of thing going on. But I was kind of confused in the fact that they had let it get up to the point where they started talking about spirits. The guy should have known that this person was some sort of, shaman or something well in advance.
Oh yeah, they did. They did.
So why the ethical obligation, objection right at the end?
Before this, let me just explain where they are, because I think this is interesting. They are at, you might not have heard of the Tokyo Sky Tree, but it's a famous large tower in Tokyo. They are in a secret laboratory that's 366 meters below the Tokyo Sky Tree. It turns out the Tokyo Sky Tree, which is 634 meters tall, which 634 can be read as Musashi. It turns out this tower was built as an elaborate cover for a secret cloning lab to bring back Musashi Miyamoto. And they are, of course, 336 meters below ground, because that means that they are 1,000 meters below the top. There's no real significance to that, but the numbers do add up.
That is bizarre. But that's how they get you, right? You make them look up, and then they don't look down at the cloning operation. It's a classic trick.
You know what? You're right. They probably think there's something going on up, not not a third of a kilometer down into the earth.
When people were, looking at Jurassic Park, they were looking up at the sign and not the Tyrannosaurus Rexes being duplicated. That's just how it goes.
That was the big moral. The big moral of the story.
Yeah.
They were too busy looking at the sign.
You're going to get eaten. Yeah, I forgot the fact that it led with not only the fact that, we're going to put a soul into them. They said, we're going to put a soul into this clone. Just a wild fastball right off the top for me to catch.
Just to quickly go through, they robbed the corpse of Musashi Miyamoto. They cut open his spine. Turned out it was full of real life blood, even though he died 400 years ago. Last episode, we watched as he was fertilized into an egg, and then he grew into a 32-year-old man in 10 months, but he is effectively brain dead.
What? What are you talking about?
That was last episode. Just go watch last week's.
So they did a Cronenberg?
So it turns out, though, that even though they perfectly cloned Musashi Miyamoto, he was missing his soul. And so they tried a bunch of things, and they ended up bringing up this woman. Did you catch who this woman is?
No, I didn't catch her name. There's other stuff going on that you really kind of caught your attention.
So she is Tokugawa's older sister, who is a psychic medium.
Oh,
yeah. So he brought her in.
Wow.
Basically,
that makes some sense.
Yeah. So they bring her in, and of course, even though she's already there, there's still scientists that are arguing, should she be here? So what does she do to the scientist, to the skeptic?
She channels his grandfather, or no, his father. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, his grandfather.
She channels
I think it's
his grandfather. Okay. She channels his grandfather to remind him to put tea leaves in his shoes for his athlete's foot. He's like, oh, Granddad always said that.
Oh, while we're at it, has your athlete's foot finally gotten better, Kinichi?
Huh? Don't let yourself be fooled!
Over the counter will never work. You have to put some used tea leaves in your socks when you wear them.
It can't be. How could she know about my grandpa's secret remedy?
And then she kind of talks in a really authoritative voice, but it flashes to a visual of the grandfather, and he's like this tiny janitor.
Yeah.
so it's like...
Granddad was wrong. There's no way that remedy works.
Oh God, no, absolutely not. Trust me, my feet stink. If I've looked up Google recipe like remedies. Nobody's ever said, put some English breakfast in your socks.
Yeah. Maybe you need to use a Japanese tea, Jack.
Japanese green tea. Yeah, okay. All right. I'll think about that.
Yeah. So just to be clear, so how Tokugawa's sister works is she's a medium and she can communicate and basically have any spirit possess her body. You missed it in the last episode, but we did get to see JFK possess her body, which was pretty fun. In this episode, she focuses more on Musashi Miyamoto.
When she reincarnated as JFK, did he duck off the top?
Like he's coming just from when he died. No, the funniest
Oh,
thing,
what do you think?
the funniest thing is he seemed to be following current events. Like he came in and he said like, "Oh, Japan, you guys are changing leaders too often." He had some cutting political commentary about current Japan.
It's bizarre. So then Musashi just was what, like, picking his belly button for the last. He was surprised about doors. He was shocked about opening doors. And JFK knows about political leaders. Obviously, he's not reading his Soul magazine weekly.
No, he's not reading his Soul magazine weekly.
I know that was a weak joke. You can cut that. Yeah, oh yes, yeah.
So there's another part of this episode other than bringing Musashi back to life, and that is of course Hanayama and Yujiro. Were you surprised to see these two hanging out?
I wasn't sure you would come all this way. You have my thanks.
You know, I'm way too curious to ever refuse a direct offer from the likes of Kaoru Hanayama.
I'm honored to hear it.
I was so stoked to see Hanayama. I very kind of confused to see Yujiro as well. I don't know why the two of them are together. And Yujiro was in disguise wearing sunglasses because people keep on asking him for autographs.
That's so funny to me. Like the new Yujiro that everybody knows, man of the people, Yujiro.
Man of the people. I beat my son in public and everybody wants me to autograph their book.
It's so funny because like I honestly think it's an author issue where Itagaki on the one hand wants Yujiro to be a bloodthirsty monster force of nature who kills at whim, and on the other hand acknowledges that all of that makes him the coolest guy in the world that everybody would want to hang out with. And so that's why you get scenes like this where school children are asking him for autographs.
I also find it ridiculous that like a couple seasons ago, the United States military had brokered a peace agreement with Yujiro, but nobody knew who he was. Like he's a walking around nuclear missile, but everybody was like, "Oh, who's that guy who's got 3 muscles on his forearm?"
That's politics. Nobody
sense.
Cares.
True.
Nobody's following that. I enjoyed. I think they said Yujiro mentioned that things have changed since the father-son fight. I love how everybody refers to the father-son fight. I love how they call it the father-son fight. It was a really impressive moment when it happened, and I'm glad that it's treated as some canonical event. In the same way that I'd refer to D-Day, they talk about the father-son fight.
The beaches, it's remembered, in the same way as like a Normandy.
But what did you think of their conversation, and especially about Hanayama's boredom that he was dealing with?
I thought I feel like it's going from 0 to 200 kilometers an hour to be like, I'm bored. I'm gonna fight a guy who can literally kill anybody with like a look. But
I'm bored.
It seems
Let's
like
play some Russian roulette.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty, and after they go on about the fact that he prides himself on his intellect and his his cunning. So his intellect and cunning is to pick a fight with a gun. It doesn't quite track with me. But
what's the gun in this episode where where the guy pulls a gun on Hanayama?
No,
okay,
I don't think
that was
so.
That was the previous episode. Okay, makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Somebody pulled a gun on him and he just yawned and broke the guy's hand.
They really hit so this whole most of the I don't even know what they talked about. They said they were going to go for a walk, and it felt like they didn't walk anywhere. They kind of just moved their legs in place for a while.
If you told me that they did circles in the same spot, I would believe you. Like they go
100%. Exactly. And then the narrator came in and was like, Hanayama, he never trains. Also, he never trains. He takes pride in never training, so he never trains, and he's really smart. And then he threw a four-seamer fastball punch into Yujiro's face. People called it a squelching action, and Yujiro was fine.
Yeah, I enjoyed the cutaway to some dude in the audience explaining the punch.
A witness, Koichi Yabe, 34 years old, described the fight as follows.
He did something like this.
Basically saying, he sort of punched like this. It was like a baseball pitch. Real strong punch. I really enjoyed his impression. Now, I want to get your thoughts on this. This fight sucks. I'm just gonna put this out here. I didn't like how much build up we got for what we get, for how much build up there was for what we got in this fight, which is basically just Hanayama landing one punch and then Yujiro lands a punch. There's a little bit more, and part of that is after Hanayama punches Yujiro, we cut to Yujiro's face. And there's a difference between the manga and the anime here, and I want to get your thoughts on what you think is better. In the anime, you just see Yujiro's smiling demonic face. And in the manga, it's basically the same, but he has a little bit of blood dripping out of his nose. What do you think of the choice to remove the blood? And which do you think works better?
I guess it depends on what they're going for, because if they want to kind of point to that Yujiro is not quite as untouchable as he once was, that there's like a new generation of people coming up, the blood really works. But if he's still kind of like the pinnacle, I think it's better to have the blood after he lost the father-son fight, right?
Yeah,
but they both thought they won or something.
I think everyone agrees that Baki won, even though I think as somebody who watched it, it sort of felt like Yujiro won, but in universe, Baki is seen as the winner.
See, so if they've kind of like usurped him, I think at that point, show like a little bit of a
little bit of blood.
A little bit of blood. It's fine.
It's like in what is it, Infinity War, when Tony Stark gets Thanos and it goes all that for a drop of blood. Imagine that scene, but it's just all that, and you didn't even get any blood, scrub. You loser. It'd be a bit different.
He's got a black eye. It's as far as it goes.
He just goes, that stings.
Ow, jeez.
Thank you.
I do have to point to, at one point prior to the fight, a guy runs up and asks Yujiro for his autograph. And they... I don't know what is up with them in this episode, but they're really fixated on butts. This guy bows to Yujiro and is caked up. Like they animate. Sometimes they don't animate anything. They just have pretty much a still motion, but they just a full half moon on this dude's butt.
It's
real
like
heated rivalry
kid,
stuff.
Right? Am I crazy? Like, isn't it like a school kid who runs up?
I don't think so. It's just a guy. The guy didn't have any like a backpack or anybody. If I ran up to Yujiro, I would look like a kid.
Your Honor, he didn't have a backpack.
Non-specified. I'll
have to rewatch that scene. Just to see if I'm right, not just to see this caked up.
No, he's got. Well, okay, so he's got facial hair. If it's any consolation,
Your Honor, he's got facial hair. No, that does help. That does help your case.
Okay.
I might be, you know what? I think I'm thinking of somebody from the first episode that I watched. I think there was a school kid who got an autograph, and then in this episode,
it was one of the first things that I noticed in the scene, and then I was like, I have to make a note about this. But then I was thinking to myself, like, Steve is gonna make fun of me on a podcast because I noticed this.
You were right.
So to any listeners out there, I swear it was just really apparent. What am I supposed to do? It was really funny.
All right. So then they fight. Hanayama lands his perfect punch that looks like a baseball throw. It does nothing. Then he tries to punch a few more times and he misses, and it's because his cells are shrinking in fear. Of course, something that happens. Make sure when you go to the doctor that you aren't scared of him for your measurements, or they will be slightly inaccurate. But Hanayama then decides, I'll just punch him, I'll really lean into this punch. And Yujiro says, talk to the hand. And that's the end of the fight.
Yep, pretty much.
Anyway, back to human cloning. So Tokugawa's sister, okay, so I'm just going to walk through what happens in this scene, just briefly. So, Musashi's corpse is on the table. I guess it's not a corpse. He's alive, just no brain waves. Tokugawa's sister starts chanting. She channels the spirit of Musashi Miyamoto.
Hanya haramita shusokusetsu shuatsu gyate.
I guess let's just comment here a bit. The people in the audience know that it's Musashi Miyamoto because her hands are at her side and she's standing just like Musashi. Did you get that impression, or do you think that maybe they were sort of projecting a bit?
They were extremely, projecting. There's one photo of Musashi Miyamoto that they like sort of reference. The guy looks, they say, I think in the episode that, he would have looked exactly like Musashi Miyamoto. And it does not look like the photo whatsoever. It looks like a guy you don't want to try and talk to in a truck stop or something. But if the only identifying marker is a bunch of scars and him holding his hands at his sides in a sort of curled I don't know.
It's spot on if that's your entire criteria. So
yeah.
So Musashi is so that's only step one. So she summons Musashi into her body, and then she needs to get Musashi into Musashi's body. So she goes in for a big old kiss on the lips. There's two parts of this that I really enjoy. First off,
best part.
When she does it, everybody is extremely grossed out. Which I think is rude. I think they're just grossed out because she's old.
Hey! That man's a cultural heritage! She can't do that!
And she's kissing like a brain dead guy, but I don't think that's it. This is the part that I found crazy, though. Tokugawa says, he looks away and says, I've seen this plenty of times.
It's kind of creepy.
When would this... So I get that his sister is a psychic, right? And that her being possessed is nothing new. But when would she be placing spirits into empty vessel bodies? Like, when would this ever come up?
Steve, did you not hear about the secret cloning facility that they have at the bottom of this Japanese tower?
Yeah, and it was
when would this ever come up? They made a specific place for it.
The tower says Musashi with its height.
Oh.
It was built specifically just for Musashi Miyamoto. I just don't know who she would be doing this. Why was Tokugawa there when this was happening? I don't know. It's just
feels like such a long game to make a whole tower specifically to reincarnate just a swordsman. I guess he was very good.
That man's a cultural heritage.
But
it's also
very specific.
It's also funny because it's just like the second thing like this. Like, I'm pretty sure the underground arena is underneath another Tokyo landmark. Like, it just seems like everything in Baki is just claiming a Tokyo landmark that you know and saying, the real reason it's there is because we need buff guys to fight each other. But anyway.
This is what Tokugawa likes to do. You did, unfortunately, miss the funniest part of this scene,
I was going to loop back, so please continue.
Okay. It was generally a perfect line read from the scientist who disagrees with this whole operation. When she starts kissing him, everyone goes, ugh. And he goes, hey, he's a national landmark. You can't do that.
I was watching this with Lindsay, and I said, like, this is why you can't kiss the Liberty Bell. Like, you're not allowed to. You can't do that to a piece of history.
Man, the last time I tried to kiss the national treasure, really went poorly for me.
Man, National Treasure would have been a lot more fun if he just went around kissing the Constitution and everything.
Yeah.
So what I love about this kiss, though, is that the results are immediate. Not only is she putting the spirit of Musashi Miyamoto into the body, there's this argument that Baki has that, you know, your personality changes your body. Like, earlier in this season, we learned that Musashi's spine was more like a lion's spine than a regular person because it was so thick and strong. The result here is two things happen. One, every scar he'd ever gotten in real life went onto his clone's body. And two, his face shifted from looking like a normal man to looking like Musashi Miyamoto. And I'm going to let Jack describe what looking like Musashi Miyamoto looks like, because I don't want to get canceled.
It is, oh, you're just serving me up on a platter to do this. Okay, very nice of you.
Yep.
The guy, I can't quite explain it. His eyes are insane and so far apart, and they are like angled like a V going towards his nose. He is just one of the most jarring characters I've ever seen animated.
No, it's very interesting. Like, it's this interpretation of Musashi. I actually looked up Musashi and saw a bunch of other paintings of him on his Wikipedia page. None of them really look like this. Like, this is very clearly like taking one interpretation of Musashi and then giving him eyes that it'd be like if you took a bad photo and your face was stuck like that for the rest of your life. Musashi, and to be clear, I do love this. It gives Musashi this vibe of just somebody who is, you know, it others him very quickly to make him look like almost an alien species in how he's viewing the world. But it's quite a look.
I think he looks like one of the fishmen from like Guillermo del Toro's movies.
He does have fish eyes. Yeah.
He's got fish eyes, right?
Yeah.
I just you know what? I wouldn't have been able to tell it was Musashi Miyamoto if he wasn't holding his hands at his side the way he does, because I would have been so out of it.
He can hold anything really from there, like a sword. So Musashi wakes up and he chokeslams probably 90-year-old woman to the ground.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Also, they should have put pants on him before all of this started, I'm realizing. But
he's like asking them questions for 2 hours sitting on the floor buck naked.
Yeah, and they all sit down with him. They have it's a very cute little powwow where they explain that, yeah, they've used this medium to bring you back to your clone body. But Musashi Miyamoto's back, and he goes and gets in a car. And so this is one of the things with Musashi that's so interesting is, and by that I just mean the choice to include him, is he overlaps so much with Pickle, right? Like,
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. They're both characters that are coming from the past, and they're fish out of water. They're brought back through dubious scientific methods. But I think they do a good job of keeping them distinct, because like when Musashi comes back, he's going like, "Whoa, cars, light bulbs, what are all these?" And it always stuck with me when Pickle came back. Do you know what was on his mind?
Oh, the political leaders in Japan.
He was surprised by how frequently they were changing.
Yeah.
No, Pickle was amazed by horizontal lines, vertical lines.
Oh yeah.
Like, he was really going through it, just looking at a table. Musashi is a lot more like he speaks the language that they do. His clothing is not that different than what it used to be.
He knew what shoes were.
Yeah, he knew what shoes were roughly. And it's a really fun thing that they keep with him throughout the season, is that like most Baki characters, he's mostly here to just murder people. But in his free time, unlike most Baki characters where they just eat red meat and wine, Musashi is just going to be doing things like going, "How is that car moving faster than a horse?" Or like just being amazed at the world around him, and it's really fun.
Yeah, for a guy, they kind of built him up as like, he would look different if he didn't kill so many people. And for his first action, which was, choke slamming a 95-year-old, he seems like a nice guy. He seems pretty reasonable. So I'm interested to see him become not so much so.
Yeah.
I looked him up. The real guy was a strategist swordsman that like never lost and an artist. So that was kind of cool.
Maybe it was a self-portrait we saw.
Hey, he must feel awful about himself right now. So that's how he saw himself.
No, Musashi's a pretty crazy figure. Like the fact that he is apparently a real person and apparently won like 65 duels, like it's quite impressive. And there's a reason that he pops up in every anime that ever existed, in one form or another.
And now we get to see him reincarnated today, and probably going to like improv or something like that. I think that's what he would do today.
So my brother was the guest on the last episode, and he told me a fun fact. Do you know who does the voice for? I assume you watched the dub, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who does the dub for Miyamoto?
I admit I have so many questions. I don't even know where to begin.
No.
ProZD.
No way. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. That guy's got a buttery voice.
He's really good. This is the second show because I watched you watched this one as well. I watched the dub for Ranking of Kings, and he is the little black spirit guy in that, and he does a great job. And then this is the complete other type of role, and he does a great job. Like he's really a talented guy.
Oh, extremely talented. Yeah, super impressed with him. I watched him. He was in Blackberry too. He was really good in that. I think it was a small role, but he was good.
Blackberry was a good movie. I liked that one. Anyway,
I'll have to ask you if you've watched Nirvana the band, the show later, but that'll be it.
I have not. I'll get around to it. I get out to the movies like once every 4 months, so we'll see. I'm gonna go see Project Hail Mary next. That'll be my next movie.
Nice. Yeah, that'll be fun. The guy who directed Nirvana the band, the show, the movie, is also directing the Magic the Gathering movie. I should have you know.
He's cool. That's cool. He's directing a movie that's never gonna happen. A movie that's been in production for 20 years.
Oh well, maybe not then.
I'm also directing the Magic the Gathering movie. I'm so not believing anything until they make a trailer, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I also have in my notes that Musashi was impressed by Asphalt.
No, it's something else. Is the ground paved with stone?
Oh, so that's what you're looking at. It's a form of paving we call asphalt. But I guess you could also call it stone pavement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't so much surprised by shoes.
The way you said, oh yeah, was there like some big epiphany you had about the asphalt that you wanted to add, or?
I just am always a little bit impressed by it too.
Okay.
It's just kind of like, that's a lot of asphalt.
I get
you're like,
it.
where does it all come from? Right?
I mean, my neighborhood has a few unofficial roads, or I guess like non-government owned roads. If you drove on those, you might the next time you see asphalt, you might be like, whoa, oh my god, crazy.
Yeah. When it's gone, you're like, I could really use some asphalt right now if I'm on a bike. I mean, there's nothing like it.
After that,
there's a cutaway to Baki being able to detect, I assume, Miyamoto's heartbeat while he's doing handstands on his thumbs and either like radiating heat or aura, can't be too sure.
No, I had that, and I honestly almost didn't put down a note. I found Baki's basement stuff. This is like the third time we cut to Baki just thinking about heartbeats, and I'm just so done with it. It's just let him find Miyamoto,
Yeah, you gotta, like, I guess nobody messes with him because they know he can, destroy anybody. But he lives in a home that's covered in graffiti, and he's got a basement that is just like a complete concrete room. That is crazy. Like, this is
That's that.
You know.
He bought that house from Dexter. Like, that is a murder
Yeah,
basement.
exactly, exactly.
It's a bomb. You could charitably call it a bomb shelter, but it's a bomb shelter that if you went down there, you'd just die because there's nothing down there except for concrete walls to smash people's skulls into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only meant for I think, you know, murder and not good things. So Baki is not right in the world at the moment. I'm really rooting for Musashi here. He seems much more well adjusted.
So yes, so I forgot we do have a little bit more of Musashi before the episode ends. Did you have any comments on this of his opponent that he is introduced to and the way over? Anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, he just looks like a really nice guy.
He is
Nice
smiling. He's got
glasses.
a big old smile.
Yeah.
Musashi gets driven
what?
over to the underground arena to fight. What's the JJK quote? History's strongest swordsman versus the strongest swordsman of today. It's basically what they're going for. Who do you think is going to win? The invincible samurai or this old guy?
Well, you know what? If I had to put some money on it, I would assume the guy that they're building the season around. But it'd be pretty cool. It'd be pretty cool if the old guy won. He seems really happy. I'd be really upset if something bad happened to him.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Tune in next week, guys.
I do have to mention something that I forgot about. In the first scene when they're in the basement science room, the one objecting scientist, just a great moment of, like, the whole first exchange was hilarious in the fact that they are going back and forth and he's trying to talk to his scientist buddy, and the alternative scientist, who is, you know, bald with a skullet or something like that, is just saying and then they do a ridiculous close-up on this man. Just they push in on his face for much longer than you expect it to go for. Really excellent stuff. If people are watching this, you're in for a treat.
That they will be. All right. Now, one fun thing about the show being back, I think we've covered this episode, so I can move into fan questions. So, Jack, who's your favorite one-off character who exists only to get beat up by the real characters?
It would be Yujiro in a thong doing the splits on a clothes hanger. Okay,
perfect. I'm going to edit my answer in later because I did this record so early. Nobody's actually asked the fan question, so I just put in a dummy one for Jack that I'm going to edit over. So we'll see what that response was. Anyway, something for editor Steve to deal with. So the question itself actually gave some great examples, like the mouth triplets or Ron. I think I will go with Ron as my favorite. Ron, of course, famously lost in a hand pockets duel with Oliva. But I also wanted to shout out Rob Robinson. He, I think, does do some more stuff before the show starts in the original anime, but his appearance just showing up as Rob Robinson and instantly basically dying to Doyle is always a highlight of the show to me.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So thank you for coming back, Jack. This is fun as always. And yeah, next week we'll have more Baki. We've got like 10 more of these. So
I'm fascinated to see where this goes. Is it just the samurai, or are they doing like a 2-part, sort of rival thing going on?
This whole season's going to be about Musashi.
Cool.
And well, I don't want to spoil things too much, but I'm hoping that Bakidu gets another season announced soon. I think there's a good chance end of March they'll announce the next half that's coming. But that's all the Baki we've got to talkie for now. So I'll see you all next week.
Hey! National treasure.